Salina. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and prove my
Welcome to
world.
Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
We can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe. Yeah, you gon' be my number one lover. Screaming like making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Hello. I am so thankful. I am off. I'm on my way to the gym. I'm telling you, I was at the fair. I was eating this weekend. So I definitely need to go work out. I just had a really fun-filled weekend. So yeah, I had a lot going on, great things. But I wanted to go live today once I was going to the gym because it's much easier for me to go live when I'm on my way to the gym. I hear great energy. Yeah, hey, Cutting Edge. Yes. I'm just so happy that I'm off and I made it without choking a kid. So that's always a blessing. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about some people are not, what they seem to be. Everything is not what it seems to be. You could be looking at something in a way, or you may think a person may be a certain way, but they may be the total opposite of what you think. They may have different motives than what they come across. You know what I'm saying? So, this is something that people should know. And so I'm just kind of um, going back over, some things that as adults we sometimes forget. You know what I'm saying? Even, let's just be honest, even sometimes the way we are may not be exactly what we're showing. I notice a lot of times people put on fronts because number one, we don't want hey Jenny, how are you? We don't want everybody in our business, right? We don't want to come off weak. We don't want to come off too vulnerable with the wrong people or the wrong person. We try to protect ourselves, and sometimes we put on airs. Sometimes we put on masks to hide that. Even I have done that. We all do it. We all, and I'm going to say all because I don't know no human being that I've ever met that hasn't put on a front sometimes. There's an old saying that most people say all of the time, fake it until you make it. And I used to could relate to that, but sometimes it's like, who are you lying to? Are you lying to yourself? Or are you lying to other people? You know what I'm saying? Hey, T-Rail. And as I am becoming more mature in some areas, it's a lot of times I kind of question why I do certain things. Is it because it's a taught behavior? Is it because I have what type of motives I have behind what I do? Like, I even question myself. I even sometimes look at myself and be like, am I really being real about this situation? Am I really being real with myself? Or am I just putting on a front because I'm trying to hide my feelings, or I'm trying to hide what I'm really dealing with, or how I'm really just dealing with things at the time? And I get that you can't. Thank you so much, this girl. I appreciate you for helping me be the first one for my goal. I hope that you're doing well, and I really hope that because you in the land of the living. So shout out to you, this girl. So I hope all is well. But yeah, you be wondering like, okay, what am I really being authentic or am I being fake? You know, if you're really a person that is trying to be more self-aware of yourself and have some type of self-awareness, because it's great to look at other people and point out their flaws and their hypocrisy and their fakeness. But what about looking in the mirror and saying and looking at you yourself and being like, do I put on airs with people? Do I put on a front? Do I put on a mask? You know what I'm saying? So, and that comes with a person maturing and want to, and that's really trying to be self-aware of themselves. And so, as I look at myself, and then I look around and I deal with people, sometimes I feel like because I've been there, sometimes I believe at certain times in people's lives, they do put on characters. I do believe they put on airs and be somebody else because the real them, maybe they feel weak. Maybe they feel like this character protects me from people seeing my weakness, my vulnerability, my flaws. Hey, Channel Forbes, but in actuality, when you do become a character, there is some people that can discern what is real and what is fake. No matter how you try to dress it up and you try to talk and you try to act like you're not bothered, no matter how you try to be, there is real people that can see through the BS, right? And I said, I gotta just be real, regardless if it may hurt somebody's feelings or it may make me look a certain way. Like I gotta just be real. Hey CC, I gotta just be real with just being me. You know what I'm saying? And I had kind of looked at, myself and I said, am I really being the authentically Selena or am I being a character on here or just in general just to make everybody believe that it's something it's something else than what it really is. You know, I had to ask myself that question. And if you ever trying to mature in life, you're gonna be questioning yourself rather than always questioning other people because you're the only one that gotta look in the mirror at yourself. You know, um, we can look at people and judge people all day long, but what about you? You know, so I had to deal with that and I had to look at that. Am I playing a character? I can tell you at this point in my life, absolutely not. I'm not playing a character. um when I hurt. Now I only share that with certain people because I don't put all of my business and my vulnerabilities out there like that. I get it. Everybody, you ain't gonna share everything about how you feeling and what you going through. Like that's just not safe because we all know that it's wolves out here and they use what you say and twist it and turn it and turn it against you. So that's not always the safe thing to do anyway. But I know for me, I I am really real with certain people. You know what I'm saying? I put that wall down for certain people because I understand, hey, I can't always keep everything to myself. I can't always act like I'm stronger than what I am. Sometimes I'm not strong at all. I'm surviving. And a lot of times, if we are real with ourselves, a lot of times we're just surviving, trying to get through the day. We just trying to get through the day, and then sometimes we're thriving. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have really good intentions and good motives, and sometimes we just don't. Right? Sometimes we have ill will towards others. and we put it up under we make it as seem as if we really had good intentions when we really didn't, because we selfish, and some of us are just plain, hey Miss Collins, some of us are just plain narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are just plain narcissistic and selfish and straight up evil, right? But we mask it as if we're really a good person. And I meant well, but you really did. See, most people play nice for their own, to get their own way in certain things. They play nice, but that's not really who they are. Really, they have sometimes ulterior motives. Hey, Deborah, they have ulterior motives, and they mean nobody no good. But they put a front on as if they are righteous or they are a good person. They mean well. They want to see you thrive. They're supporting you. They're there for you. All of this crap, that people hide up under. But that's really not who they are. And that's amazing when you can look at yourself and say, have I been one of those people? Have I been one of those people that really meant ill will towards somebody? Have I been one of those people that faked and shaked and act like I like someone when I was just using them for whatever motives that I had in mind? Have I pretended like I was really a giving person, a good person, when I was just plain selfish and narcissistic and only thought about myself and what I wanted and what I was going to get out of the deal? Most of the time, most people are not going to think about that. I'm just going to be honest with you. Most people, they are in. It's like an ends to a means to an end. Yeah, a means to an end. It don't matter. Hey, long as I get what I want, I ain't thinking that far ahead. I really don't care. Or well, it was a white lie, so it's not that bad. Or well, hey, everybody does it. You know. So this is when we separate women from girls and men from boys. Is actually just being real with ourselves and taking accountability if that's who we really are. See, I never go around saying, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I try to be a decent person, but I sometimes do some downright silly stuff. I sometimes do some downright mean stuff because I felt like it or somebody made me feel the way. Sometimes I can be a little self-centered. Sometimes I could be playing dumb, which I know very well. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm seeing. Hey, L Boogie. Shout out to you, L Boogie. And we be knowing what we doing, So I had to kind of look at myself and be like, what type of mask have I been putting on? What type of fakeness? Because see, people worry about the outside. They worry about, is your breast real? Is your booty real? Is your ping real? Is your hair real? They worry about the wrong thing. What about you as a person? Are you real? Hey, Miss V, are you just fake on top of fake on top of fake, fake, fake? I mean, people worry about the outside, but the inside to me is much more important. What is really real and what is really fake? Because I'm not so sure in this world that we live in that people actually know the real from the fake. I really believe that it's the total opposite. I really see that a lot of times people count realness as fake and then count fakeness as real. And they said in the last days it would be like that. The right would be wrong and the wrong will be right. And that just goes like with people. So I'm not sure that a lot of people are really real with themselves as they say they are. Again, I had to go back to me Because if you hear me, I'm always going to talk about me first. I'm never going to say, oh, it's people, it's these people. I'm going to say, I look at me first and see, do I have that behavior? Do I portray something that I know I'm not? And I can say in the past, yes. Before I say everybody else do too, yes, I have. I think it's a part of human nature that sometimes we put on, hey Russell, that we put on the front, sometimes. I think it's a part of human nature. Some of us struggle with it more than others. Some of us love being fake because it's safer that way. Because people can't really see who you are and how lousy of a person that you really are. Because we all have some lousy ways. We all have some bad ways about us that makes us evil or makes us not a good person, right? And most people won't confess to it. They won't admit to themselves that they really are a butthole, that they really are narcissistic. But don't just stop there. Once you figure out that you're actually a butthole, that you're actually narcissistic, that you actually are a mean person, what do you do about it? Do you continue to keep being that way after you done admitted to yourself? Do you continue to keep being a butthole? Do you continue to keep being a narcissistic person, a selfish bastard that only thinks about themselves and what they want? Or do you try to change it? Do you try to take accountability for it? But hey, who am I? I'm just a little old woman, young woman from Oak Cliff, Texas. What do I know? I mean, really. So I really just find it hilarious how so many people, not only in everyday life that you meet, that you probably think is one of the greatest people, or if you really followed them home, if you really was a fly on the wall, you could really see how people living and how people are really feeling. It's people that lie to folks every day. That's why they commit suicide, the S word, unalive themselves. They want to pretend like everything is great, that nothing is bad going on in their world, and they got it all together. You see them traveling. You see how beautiful, how handsome they are. You see all the things that they got going for themselves, and they'll be the main ones putting on the front as if everything is okay. People do it all the time. If we could just be a fly or a ghost and follow folks home, we'll be surprised how people really are. I'm pretty sure the serial killers, they look like everyday people. Not all of them look weird. Not all of them seem like they could be in the category of a serial killer, but they are, right? People put on fronts to protect themselves. They put on fronts every day to protect themselves, to hide who they really are. We can just look on YouTube how so many people play different types of characters. Some play the hero, some play the villain, some play the dazzle in distress, some play macho, some play like, a clown. So many different characters people put on. It's amazing to me. Why is nobody ever wanting to be themselves? I had to ask myself that same thing when I was doing some soul searching. Why is it a problem with me being myself? Is it a problem, or am I letting society or what other people say stop me from being myself? That was the question that I had to ask. Or is it me stopping me from being myself and being real? Hey, Chill. Hey, V Dub, CX. Hey, Slim. I had to ask myself that. Hey, Orlando. And so as I kind of, went over how I was dealing with things, I really, had to really look at myself in the mirror. I said, man, I wish I would have learned this in my 20s. But everything there's a season. So maybe in my 20s, it was just it wasn't my time to get it. Maybe now it's my time to finally get, hey, you gotta look at yourself first and see what is up with you. And you can't be afraid of what people say, what people do. You have to just be yourself regardless. Hey, Real Chase. And I had to go back and, yesterday I was kind of like, I was really tired yesterday. I told y'all I was out all weekend. So yesterday I was kind of feeling away because I'm like, I was telling you about my channel, about how I wanted to reset and I don't know what to do. And I really felt a certain way. And I kind of had to do some thinking. I said, there's just some people that's just not going to like you. You could have the best intentions, not no fake intentions, but you could have the best intentions. You could have the best spirit or good content, or really be about helping people, informing people, encouraging people. You can have all that, and you know what, people still will not check out your content. People still will not like you because of how you look or how that you appear to them to be. And I said, you know what? Instead of me crying about why I don't have this, or why people are not doing this or checking me out, or all of that, I said to myself, self, hey Mars, self, are you being yourself fully? Are you are you gonna go into the trap of trying to be something that you're not, just to get people to look at your content? Because I could go into a character. I actually could go into being somebody that y'all would probably never recognize. I could go back in my in my closet and get out the Oak Cliff girl. Y'all wouldn't recognize. Well, y'all seen her peek out every now and then. But I can actually do that. I can actually talk nasty and cuss and throw my poom poom in the camera and do twerking and all of that. But to be honest with you, that's really not me. Hey, Jai man, how are you? That's really not me. I can do some cartwheels. I don't know if I need to do no cartwheels because when I was younger, and look, when I was a kid with no breasts, that would have been a great. I can do it then, but now I'm a little afraid I might get punched in the face by one of my boobs. But back to what I was saying, just that mental picture is kind of funny. I said, you know what, self, regardless of who rocks with me, regardless of who likes what I have to say, regardless if my channel gets big or it stays small, I got to be myself. And to thy own self, as William Shakespeare said, to thy own self be true. And I say, you know what? I just got to be myself. And if those people that like it, they like it. And if they don't, they won't. And I'm not going to change their mind. Neither do I want to. So you know what, self? I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to get in the trap of being a character. I'm not going to just start cussing people out just to get ratings and getting people to check me out as I go off on people. I'm not going to create fake beefs. Well, I would be actually creating real beefs because there's some real people on here I don't really like, just from what I know of them. But I could actually create fake beefs just because I want the attention and I want my channel to be recognized. You know what I'm saying? I could do that. But it's like at the same time, if I do that, I'm selling my soul, not literally, but when people say that, it's not necessarily their real soul. It's really a part of who they are. They're losing themselves and trying to put on a facade for money and for views, for acceptance. And that's just not me. So I said, self, get back to being you. Don't worry about who rocks with you, who don't rock with you. Be you. Don't put on no front with people and let things fall where they may. Hey, Alan, let things fall where they may. The real recognize real and the fake recognize fake. So I don't want to be on the fake side. I don't want to be fronting, being fraudulent about who I am, what I believe, what I don't believe, just to appease other people. And this may have me, when I'm real, this may have people get mad at me. This may even have people that will unsubscribe. This may even make people just not want to even look my way for nothing. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to be glad that I decided to be me and not a character just to appease somebody else. What's up, KD? So as I go about this journey on YouTube, I realized that I cannot be anybody else but myself. And that's just what it is. No characters, no being pretentious, no being somebody that I don't even recognize, even though I can get straight up ignorant and just go off and be just as ghetto as they come. But yeah, that part is a little bit of me now. That is some of me, but I'm changing. I'm becoming a new creature. I'm growing up. But I also take accountability and I don't make excuses for my bad behavior. So I understand that. And as I be real with me, it's just that it's also gonna make people that was faking and shaking separate from me as well too. And that's a good thing because real recognize real. And when people see that you can see through, not only are you real with them, but you can also see through their BS, they don't like that spotlight. They will separate from you. They will you know go their separate ways because they can't pull a wool over your eyes because you have looked at yourself and you have unveiled yourself. So there's nothing, you're not hiding anything, and so they can't hide from you who they really are or their true intentions, if that makes sense. Hey, hey, Carl. And right, Miss V, it's a season of straightening. Not only straightening other people, but straightening yourself. So as I go through this season and this year, because it's about to end in a few more months, I want to end with a good note that being me is one of the best things in my life that I've ever learned to be. Not a character, not some other female, but be Selena. That is the best thing that I've ever did. That is the best character that I can ever be, is be myself. So I don't care if everybody else think I'm fake. Hell, they think everything about me fake anyway. So just I add my personality and character with that too for some of y'all. But I will say for me, I'm very complacent. No, I'm not gonna say. Well, I'm content with being who I am. I got some things I got to work on, but I'm content with who I am. I don't have to be nobody else. I don't have to be Miss Collins. I don't have to be KD. I don't have to be nobody but Selena at the end of the day. And I'm so glad that I've came to that mindset that I don't have to front for other people to like me or to like my content or I don't want to be around me. It is what it is. I can't be nobody but me. So as I go about my YouTube journey and my life in general, I'm just going to be myself. And I ask that people will learn to be themselves too. If you haven't been real, if you haven't been truly authentic with who you are, just be real. Thank you so much, Carl. You said shout out to our raggedy ass cowboys. You're right, for getting it. Yeah, getting it on last night. They finally did it. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to this girl. So yeah, as I go about, I'm really getting very content with being myself. And that is what is making me into an outstanding, awesome person. So because I don't care what nobody else got to say. I only worry about number one, God up above and myself. Yeah, they really cowboys can sometimes be real ignorant. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, so that's all I have to say on that. I think that a lot of times all of us would do better if we could just be ourselves. Uh and we'll come out better. And even if some of our behaviors, like some of our attitudes and just ain't right, it's some people I may not like the things that they do, but I can respect them. Why? Because they are who they are. You know what I'm saying? They don't put on the front. They're very consistent. And how you can tell when people really are who they are, they're consistent about their foolery. If they are just a selfish person, they are consistent with them being selfish, that's really who they are. So I can respect that. They ain't trying to act like they really a giving person when they know they downright selfish. Okay. So we got to give people their flowers, even if it's bad. You know, I may not like what you do, but I respect that you are always consistent with who you are. Just like with me. There may be some things that you might not like about me, but I'm always consistent on that certain thing. That's just like with another person, right? So I appreciate people being themselves, whether it's something that I really don't like. I don't have to guess about who you are today. You know, when you have to guess about who people are, usually it's somebody you need to tread lightly with because that person may not be really being real with who they are. And there comes, hey Tara, there comes a time in every woman and man's life where we just have to meet rubber. What's that? My rubber, where the rubber meets the road. Basically, we just got to be straight up. We just got to be real. Where the rubber meets the road, we just got to call it for what it is. We just got to be who we are, bad, good, indifferent. So you guys be blessed. Thank you so much for my super chats. And you don't have to worry about me talking about that anymore. About I don't understand. You know, people say they want the now. You don't have to worry about me saying that anymore. And if I do, I ask that you bring it to my attention not to say that anymore because I just said that how I'm gonna be me regardless if people like it or not, whether I draw a big crowd or a little crowd. At least I can sleep at night being myself and not trying to be something that I'm not. So I'm thankful for that. So just remind me when I start, because I'm a woman and I get a little moody sometimes. So I might forget when I'm feeling away, when Mother Nature come, I might, but TMI, I know. So a lot of folks do TMI. You be like, why are you telling us this exactly? So yeah. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Love y'all to Reese's Pieces. Thank you so much for coming through and showing me some love. I probably do another live tomorrow when I'm on my way uh home or whatever. Yeah, Miss Collins, you talk about TMI. People be telling all they be like, don't nobody care, don't nobody care, but you still telling us, which is crazy to me. Jeez. But so yeah. But nah, I just want people to realize that, characters, it only gets you so far. And then people start your real person, it starts unraveling right in front of people and right in front of people. I'm talking like I'm from Dallas, right? Right in front of people, your whole character, really who you are on the inside, it just starts unraveling. So you might as well, hey, Cedrin, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Hey, PBK. Yeah, you're who you are. It's like it's gonna unravel. So you might as well just be yourself and stop trying to front and be somebody that you really not, because you know, the roosters come home to roost. And basically, what done in the dark is gonna come in the light. So you can't stop that. It's just sometimes your season might not have come around. I don't know if that's the proper come around, but it's gonna come. And when it comes, who you are will be exposed. So you just might as well be yourself. Love y'all to Reese's Pieces. Talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for everybody that came through. If I missed you, charge it to my head and not my heart. That is truly not my true intentions. Like y'all, I love you. Like, share, and subscribe. And what else? That's it. I'm about to go in this gym, work on my cardio and my glutes and my arms. So y'all be good. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Selena.
It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.